everybody? I wasn't expecting to go live today, and my headphones are kind of already almost dead. So we'll be doing this live in mainly silence, which isn't going to be fun for me, because I don't work well in silence. So I'll most likely be talking about random crap. But anyways, before we get started on the dragon, I would like to say that this is not the special. The special will not be started until like probably Saturday-ish, because I need more materials and I need paint, which I currently don't have any paint. I know, scary, me needing paint. How new are you? You're new. How new are you? Not new. Ugh. Yeah, let's try not to bring those in. So I was actually watching Facebook last night, just scrolling through videos. And evidently Sharpie can damage your brain. Like, actually, literally. So that might be a small problem. I don't know how much of a problem it is for people that go based off of memory-based stuff. Like, I'm mostly nose blind to this crap. I don't inhale it, like, on purpose or anything. So if y'all remember, my fan art for Starlight Dragons, which is up there, I will be doing that. So it's going to be my take on the dragon. Yes, they said I am allowed to do it. They said I could take inspiration. I already did the reference. I did this on the plane while going to Pittsburgh. Look at how cute she is. I would like all of you to notice the differences. The ear's different. It's not the same. The horn's a little bit different. There's not two horns up there. I actually will be adding in the other horn here soon because I forgot that I had another horn. The strawberry on the nose, I totally changed that. And I completely changed the look of the eye. And I added my signature hair over here. Just so you guys know, I'm extremely tired. So if I look like I'm not really as focused as I normally am, it's probably because I'm really darn tired right now. I completely forgot about the other horn. Oh, that looks crappy. And I'm sorry if comments are off. YouTube decides to always, like, kill my comments. So I'm sorry if you guys can't comment. I don't know why it does that when I say to leave the comments on. Oh yeah, that's my new fursuit, Lucky, in the background. I got him at Dealer's Den when I was in Pittsburgh for Anthrocon. I'm probably gonna talk a lot during this live just because I don't have any music going in my ears right now. And I cannot work in silence. I am somebody who needs noise. It doesn't matter if it's background chatter. It doesn't matter if it's TV. It doesn't matter if it's me just talking. I just need some sort of background noise. So I hope you guys don't mind the chattiness today. Like I said, I am very tired. So I'm sorry if I say stuff incorrectly. I'm sorry if I look not as here, I guess. Oh, I don't like that. And I'm sorry if I look like I'm dying inside. I kind of am because jet lag. So Pittsburgh is actually 3 hours ahead of where I am. That might give you a little idea of where I live. There we go, that worked. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and rant a little bit about Anthrocon, since I didn't really post about it on here until it was literally about the day or week before. So Anthrocon is an all ages convention for furries. Well, not just furries. Let me explain a little bit on that. Conventions such as Anthrocon or anime cons, they're for everybody, actually. These conventions are for people who find an interest in similar things, such as the hobby or the games or the animes that they're talking about. So Anthrocon is for those who have a interest, not romantically, hear that again, not romantically, in anthropomorphic characters. I know I never really talk about furry stuff on here, and that's because I don't want the stigma of furries being dragon puppeteers. I mean, there are a couple of furries who are indeed dragon puppeteers, but dragon puppeteers does not equal a furry, and a furry does not equal a dragon puppeteer. Now, I'm both. I know that's weird and confusing with the fact that I literally just said that furries don't equal dragon puppeteers. I actually got into dragon puppeteering 2 years ago, and I got into the furry community 5 years ago. So, hear that. So, I did not become a furry because of dragon puppeteers, and I did not become a dragon puppeteer because I was a furry. I actually became a dragon puppeteer because one day I saw, I believe, Forkscale's puppet, King Void, which they sold. I'm so mad that I didn't get it, but, you know, I can be mad all I want. They haven't answered my question if I can, like, take inspiration of Void. And I feel, like, very ignored, but, you know, they've got lives and everything. They might just not see it. I might just do fan art of Void and ask the question, because I'm pretty sure they have a, community now. So, here's the thing. I actually became a furry way before 2020, but I didn't know I was a furry until 2020. I mostly blame My Little Pony, Spyro's Adventures, Final Fantasy, and the fact that I saw a cute little fluffy raccoon on my For You page. By the way, that cute little fluffy raccoon was Z the raccoon. And that's how I got introduced into the furry fandom. And I will say, I definitely really improved once I got into the fandom, because, let's be honest, neurodivergence and cute little fluffy things get along, which is why we hoard a lot of stuffed animals, or cute little fluffy things. We are very much so, there was a lot of neurodivergence there. I honestly think they should do a neurodivergent panel one of these Anthrocons. And if I can, I would love to host that panel. Cause here's the thing about neurodivergence. We don't have to interact all that long to become friends. So, Echo, who is a friend that I made in Anthrocon, and River, his fiance. Yes, I did just say fiance, and no, I'm pretty sure these aren't their actual names. I'm pretty sure these are just the names they go by, so I really hope they're not their legal names yet. And if they are, well, they're old enough to be said online, I guess. And here's how we became friends. I was sitting across. Can you please stop doing that, Bob? Oh no, it's you, Lissa. What, Lissa? Are you having zoomies? Lissa. Sorry, my cat's doing zoom zooms, and I mistook her for my shadow figure Bob, who likes to peek out every now and then. And yes, I do believe in the afterlife and ghosts, so if you hear me talk about Bob, it's most likely because I see him out of the corner of my eye. It's either him, Lisa, or this black little shadowy thing that I don't have a name for yet. Yet again, I don't know Bob's actual name, so I just call him Bob. Anyways, I just got sidetracked. So, I was sitting across, I was talking to this person who was practicing for the dance cop. I don't know when Echo and River actually got there because I never really noticed them because I was talking a lot to this dancer. Because I really needed advice on for my dances and to understand exactly what I should do. Because I want to go into dance comp eventually, and they were one of the judges on one of Anthocon's dance competitions, so they gave me a bunch of advice. And if you really want to get into dancing, I would recommend watching furry dance compilations. Hear me out. Not because of the furries, because, hear me out. Furries have these big suit heads on, and they can't see crap while they're in there. Watch how they dance. Because here's the thing, they have great foot movement, they have great body work when it comes to dancing. I will say the furry community and dancing get along very well, even though we cannot see shit out of those. So here's my blind spot while I'm in Lucky. I can see, and I can see, I can't see anymore. So that's if I'm in Lucky. And the thing is, we're doing these dances without seeing what we're doing. We start out of suit, we practice out of suit, obviously, and then eventually we practice in suit. So here's the complicated thing about dancing in the fursuit, is that, first of all, fursuits get so damn hot. Now, I was able to stay in Lucky longer than Candy, who happens to be behind me, because Lucky has a lot more ventilation than Candy does, and he actually doesn't move around a lot on my head, and the balaclava we got works pretty well, and we also got a fan. See that green bag? That green bag is my neck fan. That's my fan. It's a popsicle, which is why I'm doing this. It goes by my fursuit mouth, and I can feel it all the way up in the fursuit. Which, by the way, thank you, Limey the Cheetah, for making these wonderful things, even though they're stinking expensive. The popsicle, the fans that they make are like $160. Ouch. Ouch. But totally worth the money. Even if you're not a furry, I would definitely recommend getting one of their fans if you live in like a hot area, because their fans cool off really, really well. Either that or get a neck fan. I cannot stress enough how important a neck fan is. Anyways, back to how me, River, and Echo met. I eventually sat down, and she eventually went off to go get dinner because her hotel served free dinner, which I don't blame her. Free food, man. You gotta love the free food. So yeah, I completely get it. Free food, man. Especially since furry conventions are so damn expensive. You want to know how much they tell you to plan for Anthrocon? They tell you to plan $1,000 in advance for Anthrocon, and that's a lot of money. And you should actually save way more than that, so that way you can spend a little in Dealer's Den. I will say, I definitely stick to my budget, which is a good thing, because Dealer's Den is a very deadly place, especially when it comes to budget. Anyways, back to River and Echo. As you see, I'm very much so ADHD prone. Sorry, this has caffeine in it. It's also very, very good, and it also hydrates very, very well. Actually, no. Yeah, so they have 55 milligrams caffeine in this, which isn't a lot, but it works. Um, these guys, they're great. They taste amazing. And they're really good for you, actually. They actually help with bowel movement, so that was a little TMI, but if you're having troubles hydrating and having troubles going, drink some of these guys. They're great. They're great for hydration, and yeah. And by the way, this is not any promotion. I am not getting paid to say this. I'm just telling you guys what I like and how good it is, because I want you guys to be able to know if something's good, I guess. I mean, everybody has different taste palates, but anyways, back to what I was saying. Jeez Louise, I'm getting sidetracked a lot today. So, it was Echo. Echo commented on Lucky. And he said, I kind of want to see the suit, so I, showed him. He was like, oh, that's cool. And then eventually we just started talking and yapping with each other, and eventually I moved closer to where River and Echo was, because they were across the hall, and I didn't want to be yelling across the hall. And so, yeah, that's kind of how we became friends, is that we just started chatting, really. And that's kind of how most neurodivergents become friends, is that they just start talking about random crap. And the thing is, they were also neurodivergent, which helps a lot, because if you have the autism and they have the autism, you become really great friends. And it's actually really common for a lot of furries to have neurodivergent. Be really not neurodivergent. Just like it's very common for furries to be gay. No, I'm not kidding. There's been a study done. 80% of us are gay. There is a small percentage of us that are straight. So yes, I guess the haters are right when they say you're gay if you're a furry. But not all furries are gay. There is a very small percentage, aka 20% of us who are straight, so yeah. Sorry about my blibber blabbing. I'm talking, so that way I can fill the silence. The sound of silence. I did that completely out of tune for a very good reason. I do not need to be copyrighted. I love that song so much. So yeah, that's kind of how we met, and it's weird because it's like, I started trusting these guys immediately. Now, I say guys, but they're both trans, which is funny because I'm also trans. So, the gays and the trans and the neurodivergents tend to, be magnetic towards each other, aka they get along very well. So it was no surprise that we were all getting along. And it was, so cute because, I finally got to get to, meet a boy love couple, because don't get me wrong, I've been watching straight couples for, most of my life, but for some reason, I love boy love. I love reading about it. I love hearing about it. It's just because, to me, it's so cool. I will say it is kind of weird, just because, but oh, you're a Christian. You're not supposed to be supportive of the gays. So what if I'm Christian? He said love your neighbor. He said love everybody equally. So I'm doing exactly that. I mean, come on, guys. I love how Christians are love your neighbor, and then they turn their back on the gays and basically give them a whole fuck you without actually saying it, because a lot of Christians actually cuss. I have met so many Christians that curse, and it's like, bro, we're not supposed to be cursing, but we curse anyways. Some of us drink coffee anyways, some of us drink tea, and yet we'll turn our backs and call queer a sin, and yet we are sinful. And it's like, that's the whole point of Christianity, is it not? Is to try to be perfect, but we can't be perfect because we're not supposed to be perfect. Because if we were perfect, then what was the point of Christianity in the first place? Christianity is very confusing, just like the whole timeline of Legend of Zelda and Final Fantasy are very confusing. You know what else is also confusing? Devil May Cry. Now, I don't watch Devil May Cry. I don't really like Devil May Cry. But here's the thing about Devil May Cry. It's so confusing that it hurts my head when I hear my brother talking about it. I'm like, what the heck are you talking about? Can we talk about Final Fantasy instead? Because Final Fantasy is way less confusing. But it's also pretty damn confusing because the timelines are all mixed up. Because you have no idea which game goes where. Because they're all connected somehow. I mean, Warrior of Light literally says that they're connected and that some of them may be gods or they're champions. I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. Hit the brakes, man. What do you mean? And it's like, I have this whole conspiracy theory about Final Fantasy. And it's like, most of us do, because we have no idea where Square Enix is going at this point. Star. And here's the even more confusing thing, is the fact that they're all connected somehow. Hold on, I'm just gonna move that down a little bit. And here's the thing about Final Fantasy, is that you never know what they're gonna do next. Like, Square Enix will send you through a whole fucking loop, man. They did that with Remake and Rebirth, which I still need to play Rebirth. And I say need to, so that way I can understand the story better. And I know, games are expensive, which is why I'm holding off, but I can actually buy it right now. I could go and buy Rebirth all I wanted to. But I'm not going to because I'm saving up. I'm trying to save because I can be very bad with money. But I actually made quite a lot of good decisions. So yeah. I'm also half tempted to ask my bishop if it's okay to wear my fursuit when I go on my mission. Hey, can I bring my fursuit and, go to people's houses knocking in my fursuit? I'll still wear church dress. I'll still have my missionary tag. But is it okay for me to wear my furry suit with me? Or can I bring it with me? Because here's the thing. So many people get the wrong idea about Christian furries. Don't get me wrong. I hate some Christian furries. There are a few Christian furries who take Christianity too far. And are one of my grandmothers who's dead and sucks the emotion out of everybody. We call that an emotional vampire. Stop being an emotional vampire. But yeah, because I feel like a lot of people forget that there are Christian furries and there are Christian dragon puppeteers, and that we fucking cuss. If you haven't noticed, I cuss. I curse almost all the fucking time. Now, some people might go oh, that's because your vocabulary is not big enough. No. I have a higher IQ, actually, according to scientists, so fuck off! But I tried not to use, cuss words, especially when you're in the church. You won't hear anybody cursing when you're in the church. When you're in what we call the house of the Lord, we do not curse. We don't curse at temples, we don't curse in churches, we don't curse at firesides, we don't curse at camps, but we can and will curse at home. Bro, I don't know how many Christians I know that cuss, but I'm one of them, my mom's one of them, my brother's one of them, Stacy's one of them. I could go on. I could also go on to say how many Christians are actually homophobic. It's ridiculous, even though we say we accept it, but we really don't. We need to work on our homophobia. I will say that. Because if somebody figures out that you're homosexual, you're gonna start getting a lot of questions. Kind of like I did. It's not fun. And all I did was reveal the fact that I was trans, and yeah, it didn't go well at all. I get it. But in the end, you still have two wonderful children. You didn't care what I was when I was born. Why does it matter now? It makes sense. But we're not going to, because humans are humans and fear makes hate. Hate is mostly fear. Bullying is mostly fear. Teasing is mostly fear. Mocking is mostly fear. It's a lot of fear, especially when you become a scapegoat. We're not gonna get into that. Oh, by the way, at Dealer's Den, there was this guy that had 3-day dragons. I now have probably one of the longest freaking dragons ever. Look at this thing. Hold on, let me lay it on my arm so you guys can get a feel of how freaking long this dragon is. It goes all the way up to my fucking shoulder. And by the way, yes, this moves. Isn't that cool? It does. It can fully move if you, like, hold it up. And this can also go up and down. And I mean, like, look at this bugger. It's huge. This guy didn't cost much at all, which is actually really surprising just because of how huge he is. And yes, he could just come behind my phone, because that's where I have him. And the cool thing about this dragon is that it has hearts, and I actually had to decide between that dragon and another dragon that I really want. That was the pansexual flag color. And yes, I am pansexual, but don't tell my mom that because she might freak out. Oh wait, she might see that I mean, technically she already knows that I'm a pup. Here's the thing, you can be a pup without it being a full-on kink, and the reason why I know this is because I saw it come up on my For You page once and I was curious, so I looked it up. Somewhat of a bad idea. And then I got even more curious, so I did my research on it. And then I realized, oh, I am kind of like a puppy. Shut up. But yeah, anyways, I added the other horn and I finished outlining it, and this is how cute she turned out. I'm naming it Strawberry Shorty, because one of my favorite donuts from Pink Box is the Strawberry Shorty. No, that is not paid. I'm just telling you what I like, because I can. Oh, and don't worry, I will figure out how you guys can pay me later, because I've had people say that they wanted to pay me during my lives and stuff. So I will eventually figure that out. I have been saying that since 20 subscribers, and I still haven't done it, so chill. The inspiration is from Starlight Dragons. They made this dragon first. I have no idea what its actual name is, so the one that I did for them is named Strawberry Shortcake. And then the one I'm doing for me is Strawberry Shorty. I don't know if that's spelled with an I-E or with a Y, because I am dumb. So give me a second. I will be right back. Okay, yeah, it's Y and not IE like I thought it was at the first time. Good thing I changed it to a Y. Um, I guess I'm not dumb. Well, these are things that they don't teach you in school. Like, there are certain words that they never teach you in school, and it's frustrating. I've had to learn a lot of words, and it's crazy how many words I actually don't know, even though I've been through all 12 years of school, and it's like, how do you expect me to get a job? They say they're preparing you for jobs, but they're really not. They're really not. They're just lying to you. I mean, they kind of are, but they kind of aren't. And by the way, there is a whole bunch of dealers and stuff in the background. I'm so tired. 55 grams of caffeine is not enough. So yeah. Anyways, Anthrocon was very fun. It was my first convention, so I did learn that security is very picky. So, yeah. Don't sit in the aisles, people. And don't, like, have your bags in the middle of the aisle, quote unquote, I guess. I wasn't even in the way of anything, so I don't even know, man. Oh, by the way, the reason why Lucky looks like he's looking at you is because he has follow me eyes. Which really are just eyes that are deeper-ish. So, like, his eyes aren't, like, right up front. Like, the only reason why my puppets can look like they're looking at you is because I shade them. But they're not follow me eyes. Follow me eyes are much more complicated. Because then you actually have to, like, take the eye a little bit deeper. And you have to cut out the eye. And that's basically how it works, kind of. I've actually never ever made a follow me eye with my dragon puppets because I don't want to make a moving eye. Because that's just how picky I am about my art style. I love my current art style. In fact, you can see my signature in all of my almost all of my puppets. So let me show you what my signature is. Because it's not obvious. See that? See this little part right here? Yeah, this is my hairstyle. I have yet to see anybody else do this hairstyle that I have on all of my puppets, including my fan arts, which some of these are. See, look, fan art has it, fan art has it. Valerie doesn't have it because that one was for a competition. This one was also for a competition, but I gave it my nice, unique hairstyle because I've never ever seen anybody else do this. And I don't really want anybody else to do it because it's kind of like almost all of my puppets have this. They all have this little signature of mine, I guess. Zohar Kuten doesn't have it. See, even my mini has it. All of these guys have this. Even the idea from Night Fox has it. Oh my gosh. Sunny has it. Scorpio has it. My small ones up there have it. Hold on, sorry. Kino doesn't have it because I was going off of his hairstyle. Regis has it. Hope has it. Kudos has it. Lilac has it. Diamond has it. Darnell has it. He kind of has it. Blood Eclipse does have it on his actual thing. Kane doesn't really have that swirly part. Blood Sun's different because he has spikes, same with Insanity. And then even Creamsicle has it. I know, he doesn't have a name on here. But like seriously, all of my puppets basically have that little hairstyle. And it's like, please don't take that. Like seriously, please don't. Because it's basically kind of like my signature on my puppets. That's how I sign my puppets, is the hairstyle. It's all in the hair. I mean, I have a few puppets that don't have that. And the only way to tell that it's me is just because of the style of it. Because at this point, I've figured out my style. Like I said, this is in my style. Okay, I'm letting you compare. That is more of their style. Just imagine it without the hair. If you imagine it without the hair, it's theirs. Because that's how it was. And I don't like both puppets, so I give most of them hair. But Valerie has a Christmas hat, and I didn't really know what to do after that, so I just left it at that. I'm somebody who believes like almost everything should have hair. And I say almost everything because all of my 3D printed dragons don't really have hair. They just have whatever, I guess. I mean, I guess you could say it's hair, but it doesn't really look like hair. I mean, does that look like hair, or does that just look like spikes? Sorry, I'm getting distracted a lot just because of how tired I am. It's a struggle, man, because, like, I'm still struggling to get good sleep. I'm still struggling to wake up on time. Yeah, again, it's only been 3 days since I've been back, so this is completely normal. Also, I tend to do these little blush points. It used to actually be blush when I was, like, still figuring out my style. But then I figured out, oh, that doesn't really look good, but I will still have the lines because the lines actually kind of look good. Because, yeah, they do. And surprisingly, Darnell is a twist on my style because, let's be honest, Kudos was my first fish puppet. And Kudos was an idea. But Darnell was not. That was a challenge on my style and my own expertise. Because if you don't get out of your comfort zone every now and then when it comes to art, you're just not going to really do a lot. And it's fine to like really like your style, but you've got to try some other styles. Like Dark Heart was a different style, a little bit. I say a little bit because his teeth are actually unique to him. His mouth is very unique. I've never done that mouth before, and I haven't done it again because I wasn't too impressed with how it came out. Zoe's mouth is unique to him. Kyuros's and Darnell's mouths are unique. And Chaos's mouth is unique. Because I don't do this a lot. And Ink Beauty is actually unique as well. Because Ink Beauty was an idea. And it's okay to use idea. Like Nick's was an idea. And he's in front of me just because I'm running out of space on my walls. I will be honest, I am running out of room for references. But I'll figure it out because I want you guys to be able to see references. I might start like taking down like some of the really old references and replacing them with new ones. Kind of like Blood Eclipse's reference because I'm not actually really happy with that one. Oh. Oh, yay, I actually made that. Like, wow, damn. I'm so tired. I can barely concentrate, just... I am not okay, just because it's hard to do this with jet lag, but I'm trying to keep myself awake. Jet lag is a bitch. If you've never been flying to like a time zone that's different, then lucky you. Because when you fly into a time zone that's different, you just get hit by this wave of jet lag. And let's be honest, it may have been it may have taken a few days to get used to like Pittsburgh, but it's gonna take like a full 2 weeks to recover from the stupid jet lag. So stupid. I'm so tired. Like, I wanna go back to bed. But I can't. I'm gonna go get a snack because my blood sugar just decided to drop. And I'm gonna bring you guys with me. Actually, no, I'm not because I have no idea if my mom's gonna come home or not. And she's never seen me on a... She just saw the video in Pittsburgh for the first time. Like, she's never seen that. And I will say her look on her face was like, what the heck is my child doing? She's never seen me film. She's never really seen me live. So yeah, I'm gonna go grab a snack. And maybe some water. I feel tired, and I don't know if that's because I'm hungry or if I'm actually tired, and I don't know if it's because of my blood sugar, but I will be back. And yes, I will be hopefully plugging into music here soon. I'm back with a snack and some water. That's just because I'm not in Pittsburgh anymore. And just because SantaCon is over, doesn't mean I get to slack on my hydration. actually means I need to be more on top of it because Nevada's a dry desert. Oops, I just gave away which state I'm in. Oh well. As long as I don't give away my area. Nevada is a very dry desert when it comes to dry heat, and when it comes to the summer, it sucks, man. Like, here's the thing. Somehow, I lived here for basically 10 years. And yet, within 3 years, when I was out Washington, I got accommodated to the humidity heat. And I have yet to re-accommodate to dry heat. I'm more of a humid heat person, which is why it was fun being at Pittsburgh. But here's the not so fun part about Western. Here's the thing about Pittsburgh. They get snow. I don't really like the snow, but I definitely could make the adjustment. Because here's the thing, they say if you really want to live somewhere, you'll get accommodated to the place. And here's the other nice thing, if I were to like go to live in Pittsburgh, I would be closer to Anthrocon and I wouldn't have to really worry about a hotel. But here's the not so fun part. Technically, and I do say technically because it depends on which area you're in, Pittsburgh, more like Pennsylvania, can be a tornado-prone state. Yes, they get NATOs. The very thing I happen to have a random hyperfixation on. And don't get me wrong, I like learning about NATOs, but I would rather not live through one. Because I've heard NATOs are actually very scary. And they probably are. I mean, I've seen the damage that they can cause, so they are scary. Now, I call tornadoes NATOs because it's funny. Because it's like, it makes them sound less scary. And here's the thing about Nevada. Nevada can get NATOs. Because dust devils are NATOs. Dust devils are actually almost on the same category as an EF1 tornado. Which, by the way, that's a really fancy word for not a very casualty tornado. Now, the EF category is more accurate, so but it can also be inaccurate. So, dust devils were technically EF1 tornadoes, and we can experience those a lot here in Nevada. Now, EF1s aren't very deadly. They're just destructive. In fact, we had one this year. I just don't think people realized it, because here's the thing about NATOs, aka tornadoes. they can be a tornado without the cone. You don't have to have a spout. You don't have to have the cone. But it's pretty much, they can be invisible. You can be in a tornado without realizing you're in a tornado because you don't see it. You can feel the wind. You can see the destruction going around you. But you're going like, but there's no cone. But this looks like a tornado. That's because it is. Tornadoes can be invisible. Fun fact. They can. And will be invisible. EF1s are very destructive, but they're not too destructive, which is why they're an EF1. The higher you get, the more destructive and deadly it gets. Kind of like hurricanes. Hurricanes and tornadoes both have scales, and it's not fun to explain because I'm still learning about it. Because why? I don't know. It's a random hyperfixation. Ask my brain that question. But yeah, we had an EF1 go through, I don't know exactly which area, but it knocked down a whole bunch of lines and caused minor destruction that an EF1 would cause. Like, I was able to watch a video of it because my mom found one on Facebook, and I was like, yeah, that's an EF1. That's an EF1 tornado. She didn't realize that tornadoes could be there without a spout or anything. Because they either start invisible or they end invisible. And that's actually when they're at their most destructive point. Fun fact. Because they're either going to gain more speed or they're going to lose speed and die. Because tornadoes don't make sense. Tornadoes are just, I don't know, weird. Kind of like sorry, I'm really tired and I'm trying to keep myself awake, and this live is kind of just to keep me awake. Yeah, I know, not a very great thing to be trying to keep awake on is live. But it's like, it's there. Let me use it to my advantage. If a live helps me stay awake, then sure. I'm so tired. No, I wonder. I'm used to it. Well, technically yes, technically no. Because that's the connectors. That's cool. I'm like, why am I so tired? Because it's technically 6 over there in Pennsylvania right now. And this is about the time where I would just kind of lay around in the hotel room. I didn't do a lot near this time because my body just was sleepy and stuff. But this is actually pretty normal because I normally crash around this time. But then I get like super hyperactive in like the nighttime. So this is a pretty normal crashing point. It's just it sucks even more because of the jet lag. The jet lag is making it worse. Is my Bluetooth off? Yeah, I know it's disabled. It always is. My chat is always fucking disabled for some reason. And I don't know how to fucking fix it. Hold on. I'm grabbing my computer. No. I'm so tired, guys. Turn off, please. Thank you. I'm so tired. I got so used to my freaking routine in Pittsburgh. And I think that's what's going on right now. It's stupid how quickly I can do that. Open new fucking thing. I'm half tempted to do this in my pursuit because, like, maybe that will help. Open! Please. Oh my gosh, no, the black screen of death, please. Thank you. It should have not taken that long. Why are you so slow? Because you need an update, that's why. Hold on. I know. Oh, Ivy's alive. Bluetooth. Can you, like, connect, please? Please. Fuck's sake, thank you. I swear. Shit. This is a biatch. Sorry, y'all. It's literally a bitch. I like how my one video is technically alive. That's just stupid. Hold on, if I put on my fursuit, I think I'll get more views just because everybody freaking loves Fluffy. Like, in my other channel, everybody freaking loves him. Can Choir stop trying to traumatize me? No one. Can Choir stop finding me? I'm joking because I actually really love this song. And Better When I'm Dancing is actually such a good song, and we did it, and it was so fun to do, because I was the only one dancing, because, you know, it's in the song. You better when I'm dancing. But it's like, because it was beginning choir. And here's the one thing about beginning choir. They're just really in their shells, and there's like no way to fix that. No. You do not need to be. No. It's like, why? No, you don't need to know my freaking location. Yeah, I might put on Lucky for a little bit and see what people think. I wish I could catch another shift on camera. It's been forever since I have caught a shift on camera. I'm so bored right now. I'm gonna be back, guys. I'm back, but not really. Yeah, because who cares? So I'm gonna do something probably really stupid and try to do this with my fursuit hat on. This is gonna be so dumb. First things first, though, I am getting my fan. That's very important. I'm also getting my tag on because name tags are important. Yes, I know you're fully charged. It's amazing because I charged you. I'm getting out of my fursuit hat because why not? I might be talking a little loud. Hold on. Let me lower my volume. Weren't you having this problem at the con? You were. It's the same damn problem. Let me get this up to speed. Okay, that's a little too. There we go. I'm only getting the head on because if I tried to draw with the paws on, I would just screw everything up, so I'm not doing that. I try not to use the brush too much off his sides. I actually got little earbuds before we left. So that way I was able to listen to music. Oh shit. And my fursuit. I was about to say, let's try this again. Ella, shut up! I just realized that the bag for the popsicle says "Learn me to cheat" on it. Don't mind this, it's part of the process, I promise. I am now unlucky. I can barely shit. No. This is such a bad idea. Considering that I've never done this before, this is such a bad idea. Oh my god. Oh, ew. Ah, disgusting. That Sharpie smells like shit. Oh, why did that get into my first suit? Ew. That smells so bad. Alright, I made a mistake already. I'm like, I probably should put a pot on, but then it would like look so weird. It's actually not that bad with the AC on right now, so I don't really need my fan right now. It's just actually a good thing. That's magically, I can actually see my freaking. My mom's calling me. For what reason? I don't know. Hold on. I'll be back. Did you call? Always hot downstairs. Oh, she is. I wish. I hate being an adult. job. Building is a pain in the ass. It's like, I want to make this my job, because this would be just so much easier to do as a job. I don't get enough views to make it a full-time job. If I did, I would have to do a job search, because then I would actually be getting paid, but nope. Let me stop the pacing for this. So frustrating. I hate having adult responsibilities, man. So stressful. I'm going to be ending the live after I'm done outlining this, because I have to do job searching. Because my mom won't leave me alone if I don't. Like, I wish I could make dragon puppeteering my fall job, but that's not going to happen right now. Not until I start getting more commissions. So I guess maybe I'll set up my mom's PayPal account on here, or ask her to help me set up my own. So that way you guys can start commissioning me. Maybe I'll make an Etsy, because that's what I see like almost every single puppeteer doing, is Etsy. It's always freaking Etsy, so I'll see if I can do that. So stressful. Y'all, you do not want to grow up if you're a kid. Because once you grow up, that's when all the fun things start to come to an end. I need to find a way to start making money. I will say the neck pain definitely gets worse when you have a first aid head on. Just because of how heavy the first aid head is, I guess. It's just like so comfortable in here, man. Oh, I think all of the rest of these This is the part where I have to be like super careful. Especially since I've never done this before. I've never really done anything in first aid before. That like has to do with that or anything. I don't know how I'm gonna do this. It smells so bad. I thought I was gonna be completely nose blind to it in here. Evidently not. Well, I'm done outlining everybody. So I'm gonna erase stuff and then I'm gonna end live. I'm sorry you can't go live for longer. But I've got extra things to do. Anyways, I would say that's not so bad. Hold on, let me see what I'm on. I kind of want to see how it turned out. Oh wow, that's actually not too bad. For being blind? Wow. That actually turned out great. I will definitely be doing this challenge again, where I reverse to. I will definitely do this more often. At least try to, because it does hurt my neck a lot. I will say that. Because Lucky's a little bit heavy. But he's definitely fun to be in. Oh wow. That's actually really good for being in. So yeah, that's Strawberry Shorty. She's not done yet, but I decided to go on to job search after I outlined her, and she's outlined, so. Bye guys, and bye from Lucky too, he says bye.